Saiyan trait is straight bull. I was just thinking to myself about the Saiyan traits and how it hasn't always been like that. Back before we even knew Goku as a kid, we didn't know nothing about the Saiyans. So did Goku act like a Saiyan as a kid? Yes, sometimes he did. But the big question is, sometimes he didn't, and we're going to talk about that here. Since it is his blood, bumping his head shouldn't have changed his actions so dramatically. It's not even blood, sort of speaking. It's more in the line of instinct. Like an animal knowing how to hunt, Goku should already know how to kill and fight just like a normal Saiyan. Think way back on how Dragon Ball started. It started with Goku wanting to go on an adventure, not to go around the world to fight the strongest opponents. Goku was a fun-loving kid with a strong sense of justice. If it was for the Saiyan side, why did Goku fight weaker opponents? In instance, the Pilaf Gang and the Red Ribbon Army, the two biggest villains in Dragon Ball at the time. Yes, Goku did fight even stronger people in Dragon Ball like King Piccolo and Piccolo Jr., but Goku acted more like a human in this instance, where Goku went after Tambourine because he killed Krillin. That was because of revenge. He didn't go after King Piccolo because he was stronger, but because he had to. Skipping past King Piccolo, Goku trained to fight Piccolo Jr. to keep the planet safe, and knowing how hard death was, he even keeps Piccolo Jr. alive so Kami wouldn't die. Jumping forward to DBZ, the introduction to us, the Saiyans. Your first look at what a Saiyan warrior is supposed to be, and we heard it from Raditz. Raditz of all people, the guy who kidnapped Gohan for ransom. He didn't use force to tell Goku and Piccolo to show up to fight him. Notice how Saiyan pride ain't get in the way of Goku did not fight him one-on-one, but instead he used his head and said it was impossible for me to beat this guy on my own. Goku wasn't looking for a fair fight like he always does. He was looking for the quickest way to beat Raditz and move on with his life. But this wasn't the only thing he did underhanded. He went for Raditz's tail, a weak point on a Saiyan. Some may even call it a low blow. If we're going off Raditz's standards of what a Saiyan warrior is supposed to be, but I guess the cheap shot was just blood because Raditz lied pretty much all the way through the fight. Saiyans would say lying is beneath them. Remember that. Moving on to Vegeta, the biggest instigator of the Saiyan traits and my heaviest evidence. Vegeta never really played headstrong at all in the Namek arc. The only time he fights in the Namek arc is when he thinks he can win or he got a plan. And he didn't care about his pride. Pride wasn't relevant to him because he let someone like Krillin shoot him through the chest, which in today's time, he will never even let Krillin touch him. Because he will think he is too weak to let him touch him. Another big fact is on death's door, Vegeta admitted defeat. Lets Goku take the fight, but he also poured his heart out. To him, something Vegeta never done again to any other person in Dragon Ball. Yes, he done it in the Buu Saga, but it was to himself and nobody else. Now, the last and the two most recent found Saiyans, Paragus and Broly. Paragus acted like another Vegeta from the Frieza saga because he wasn't headstrong and willing to die before running away. This is what really makes Saiyan's so-called traits bull, because he was an adult in the Saiyan society, not a child like Goku and Vegeta was. So he actually knows how it feels to live in that kind of life. But he was also one of King Vegeta's greatest generals, which was said in the Broly movie. So he should be on a testosterone high with Saiyan traits, but no. Instead, he runs away and regroups with Broly and trains him to do his dirty work for him. Last but not least, Broly. Broly is the most alike Saiyan when it comes to Goku, but do you want to know one of the most special things about Broly? Broly acts a lot more like Goku when it comes to a Saiyan. But do you want to know one key difference about Broly and Goku? Broly never bumped his head. What the hell, Goku? And I know with this, it's a lot of headcanon in it, and when it comes to headcanon, there's a lot of contradictory statements, which I may make in another video, but I got another headcanon theory to add to this one. Mostly after the Frieza saga, they started living up to their so-called Saiyan heritage. But tell me what happens after the Frieza saga. That's right, Super Saiyan. A transformation only obtained through a certain amount of S cells in your body, said by Akira Toriyama himself. But what I'm getting at is, what if after unlocking Super Saiyan, which is at first unlocked through anger and strong feeling, and makes your S cells in your body grow and increase in how strong the Saiyan trait is within you. But once again, I believe it's just a Goku and Vegeta excuse to do what they want to do when they want to do it with no consequences.